AI?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I started to learn actually around late last year, like around this time to early this year,
Hmm.
and I only got the I'll say one part because there's so many tools. There's no
Yes.
way you can, you know, I'll learn all the tools. It's more like the tools that I currently needs or a client needs, then I get familiar with it. But then all
Right.
those other ones that, let's say I'm not a graphic designer, for example, then I won't need, I won't have a chance to know about that part. Yeah. So there's a lot. But as far as social media space, I think that's a part I'm focusing on,
What
including the
you have a
video.
you you have a good handle on that, right? You have a good grasp.
Yeah, there's different software or program or app website, but they
Yes.
all kind of serve the same thing. It's just the different brand or different pricing.
And
So
and you
yeah,
just mentioned three words that were program, app,
software.
and software, right?
Yes.
AI is going to change all that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
going to
gonna.
change all that. It's going to be the difference between night and day. I can see it. I can feel it. Oh, what's it say on your cup?
Nothing. That's why I need to learn.
Oh.
I need to learn how to brand
Oh,
the
okay.
mug.
Yeah, that's the other aspect of social branding. Yes.
Yes, there's a social branding, personal branding,
Yes.
and then I actually was like thinking, 80, 70 branding. It's always have a avatar, right? Let's say
Hmm.
McDonald, for example, has that clown.
Right.
Wendy has a Wendy face, and I mean not KFC has the guy, the old man. See that
Right.
that's the avatar. And then if we move, let's say forward a couple decades, like probably 90s, then we call how do you call that sponsorship? It's like today's influencer. Like the company or brand will hire someone who's famous, like movie stars, athlete, and
Yes.
then the avatar face out. You see,
Yes.
the McDonald's, the KFC
Yes.
icon. Then the
And I
switch.
think they used to call those trademarks before, right? What's your trademark?
Yeah, and
And that
then
little circle on the bottom, TM, right?
right, and then now in today's world, it become personal branding, meaning we are our own face of our own business, our own brand. Yeah. So I think the person who did the best in right now is Elon Musk. See,
Right.
if you take him compared to, let's say, Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos is not as out there as compared to him.
Right.
And then, so, some, I would say, OGs kind of follow Elon Musk. So we get to see more of like Warren Buffett,
And I
Bill
think
Gates.
I think that also has to do with personality.
Yeah. Well, it's people saying they want to be private, right? Privacy. But I know the good people, the one who know how to market themselves as a personal branding, their own face, they know, when it comes to social media, they know what to share and whatnot. So if you take, let's say, Ed Milet, we both familiar with, you only see Ed Milet, you don't know what his kids looks like, even though we know his kid's name is Max. And then, or, Brendan Burchard, you met at the convention, we never know who his family is. See, so
Yeah.
they know what to do with marketing, and they know what to choose to present to the public or not. So I think that goes same with this movie stars and celebrity. We always hear those gossip about their family affair. Kanye West, all of
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian. So I think those are their playbook. So they purposely wanted people to know about their business. You know what I
You don't
mean?
hear about you don't hear about Kanye West anymore
Well,
on social media,
he got
right?
because he got canceled. I'll use the word cancel.
Oh, he's part of the cancel culture, as they call it,
Yeah, because was it like 6 months ago?
or more.
Jer- Yeah, but hey, to be honest with you, right now, late 2023, whatever he said about Jules,
Oh,
what's that?
he did say something, right?
Yeah, and actually it's happening right now, right?
Oh,
Right? You see what I mean? It's
okay. I see what
whatever
you're
he's
saying. He
playing
said something months ago, even a year ago,
about 6 months
about
ago.
the current
And
situation, and it came true.
yes, and also he is a African of American black who supports Trump, and everybody's
That's right.
bashing him. But guess what? Now the Black Lives Matters co-founder is endorsing Donald Trump. See?
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I say all this. I get, I don't. I of course I didn't do the official fact check, but the source I follow, the news, is not the traditional news media, so I think it's pretty much accurate. But anyone who's listening can fact check, no problem. Let us know what you found.
And with going back to Kanye West, so before he was a Trump supporter, and now you mentioned Black Lives Matter
Mm.
founder or co-founder, also supporting Trump as well, right?
Mm.
Whereas before, or even today, if you support Trump, you're part of the cancel culture.
Yeah, well, there's two sides because Trump is more outsider they consider, right? And then so he is not in their system. And then the we can talk a little bit about this part, but there's like a they call it shadow government,
Oh,
shadow
shadow government.
or secret society. We don't.
We went from AI to shadow government. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
because
great. That's
no,
great.
no, but
Go ahead.
that's the
Yes,
connection because we were just
yes.
talking about personal branding. You put your face out, okay? Shadow government and secret society. There's no face. Those people, the face is Biden, but Biden does not control anything. You know what I mean? Does
Yes.
that make sense now? Does that make connection now?
Okay, so the shadow government is part of
System.
a system, or could you call them a brand as well?
System is the matrix. Does
Oh,
that make sense?
okay, so now the Matrix. Okay, so the Matrix,
Matrix
just
is
like,
AI.
just so I can follow it. When you say the Matrix, what are you referring to? Are you referring to the movie The Matrix?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing: the movie came out in the late '90s, approximately
Yeah,
19,
we do a fact check. Go ahead.
1997, I believe. So when we watched that movie, we categorized the movie as sci-fi, right? A lot of movie, like out of the realistic, is called sci-fi. It's categorized sci-fi. So at that time, of course, that the movie is sci-fi, but now 2023, we looking back to many of those sci-fi movie. It's actually
Oh,
not sci-fi
and
more.
and just to backtrack, so sci-fi is something made up or make believe or creativity,
We
just
call
an idea, right?
yeah.
Okay.
No,
All right.
yeah. So for example, so Matrix, they talk about a lot of things. Red pill, blue pill. What is that
Oh,
saying?
and the red pill is means one thing, and the blue pill means another
You
thing.
want to choose freedom or some? I forgot the line. You will choose freedom, or you choose, I believe, something like comfortable. You can double
Oh
check.
wow, let's check
Yeah,
this out. Blue pill.
blue
Let me
and
put
white
in
pill.
blue
Which
pill.
one do you choose? Do you? I remember
Oh,
one you choose.
the other blue pill came up, the one that we're not going to talk about right now. Okay, let's go
Oh,
back to what it means. Okay,
okay
just
then.
under Wikipedia, it's a choice, as you just mentioned,
Right.
to learn a potentially unsettling or life-changing truth
Exactly.
by
See?
taking the red pill,
Right.
or remaining in the
Mhm.
contented experience of ordinary reality with the blue pill. So the blue pill is being comfortable, living life every day the way it's always been. You don't want
Mhm.
any change,
Right.
nothing to be different from yesterday.
That's
However,
why.
going back to the red pill, it
Um,
means that you need to, do you want to know the truth?
exactly. So if we take
So
that before,
that implies the life that is going every day,
so yeah,
no
so
change is not the truth.
if we reflect,
Truth and not the truth.
yeah, let me say something. If we
Oh,
reflect that to today's, like right now, it's actually reflecting the what's happening right now, because there's a group of people which maybe Trump supporter, put it that way. They want their patriot, and they are they want to find out the truth. They don't want to be in the system anymore. That remember Trump has opened social media called Truth Social, right?
wow. So
And
Trump is a red pill? Trump is a
yeah,
red pill.
and then red
Yeah.
pill is equivalent to Republican, red state, red. You see?
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
that's a good thread there from the Matrix going
yeah.
to
So
what's
so
going on
that's why
today.
there's a saying online that
I
Matrix
like that.
there's a saying online that Matrix is sci-fi anymore. It's documentary. If we looking back right now,
Wow.
yeah. So
So what is truth and what is ordinary reality?
let's say back to so we just take that back to the social media and AI. It's
Okay.
all linked together, because social media is kind of like the vehicle, the messenger, right? To
Oh,
make
and
us
you mentioned influencers a few minutes ago. So there was and there is, the influencers many times when they were posting on social media, whatever the platform was or the app, there was a veil of
eh,
reality saying what I'm showing you is how it's really at. I'm living this life. I'm having these things. I'm traveling and eating this great food. When in reality, many of the influencers, it was not truth.
well, it's like, how do I say? It's part of the system, put it that way,
Mm.
because we just like what I said from the beginning, a brand has an avatar. So like we follow, why they've created a clown as their avatar, because they want to attract the kids, which is the next generation, right? In the 80s, right? So we are the next generation right now for the Madonna, right? And
Oh, okay.
you see how many people are addicted to a Madonna?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because of that starting point, they use a clown as an influencer to influence our brain and put a system, a program into our mind. So now we have to eat McDonald's. Do you understand?
I think I know what you're saying. And with that connection with the kids, I believe I saw it on TikTok. There
Yeah.
was a little segment where the father or the mother, I forgot,
Mm,
but it was a parent, and the young lady, the baby, I want to go to McDonald's.
yeah.
And here's the thing, the parent said, well, if you can spell McDonald's, we're going to go there. We're
Okay.
going to go to somewhere where you can spell. And of course, she wasn't old enough. She didn't even go to school. So she couldn't spell McDonald's.
And I'm sure kids meal they invented, right?
And well, what her answer was, well, then I want to go to KFC.
Yeah, but I
So she
from
spelled KFC and she
from
still
my
got her food through the avatar.
yeah. So let's take that and
Okay.
then relate link to today's world. So
Okay.
you mentioned TikTok. So TikTok is actually for the newer generations vehicle. Just the same concept, same logic, what I just mentioned. So social media, Facebook maybe for you and I, the Gen X and boomers, and Twitter maybe also we are more into those newer, I mean, OG social media, and but the new ones is like TikTok, right? New generation, they use that. Some Instagram. So when you place a influencer, a person, doesn't matter if it's politicians or those gurus, they call it, or the, let's say, people like Patrick Davids, Andrew Tate. So those are the people who are considered influencer, right? Because they say something, they do a show. Joe Rogan is another one. Tucker Carlson is a new one these days. So all these are the influencer. When they say something, they do a show, or they open a new business. Elon Musk, right? They all influence the stock market, the people, how the
So,
people
so
think.
that's a new word, like avatar, influencer. Those
Mhm.
are all new words. Well, not new, but if
Yeah.
you were hesitant to go into work with a computer, or nowadays, what is it, a tablet,
Yeah.
right? First was computer, laptop, and now tablet,
Yeah.
right?
I want to just give you some. This may be a little bit off subject, but it's related
Okay.
because those words are we call it, label, and then like they say the ancient time, they see something, wow, they never seen it before, but they don't know how to. There's no word for it. There's no label for it.
Okay.
So, like I heard from Doris Tennant, he has a connection with, shoot, I forgot his name, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Yes, she has.
Okay.
Okay. And then she said, Nostradamus told her that there's a black mirror that will provide information, knowledge. So again, I'm gonna show you my phone again. This is the black mirror.
A
If you
black
turn
mirror. Oh,
black mirror.
wow.
Uh, so it's just why you mentioned tablet, computer, laptop,
They're all
phone.
black mirrors.
Yeah, TV too. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, interesting, huh?
Mm.
So it's called Black Mirror back then, long time ago, 500 years ago.
Or,
Now,
like you said, maybe he saw it and he just didn't know how to explain it,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yes,
Nowadays, we just call it, oh, that's a screen.
technology. It's
Yeah, that's a screen. That's just a blank screen.
right. So I really believe. Okay, let me see. Daddy, US.
I know you're going to freeze the frame later on. That's okay.
Yeah, that will be your
Avatar
thumbnail.
thumbnail. All right. Maybe I should make sure that it's properly said so anybody seeing it can see it.
Where can they order that? Do you have a shop for that?
It'll be in the, we'll provide the link down in the comments,
Okay.
in the description, as it were.
All right. So let's back to the branding, influencer, avatar. So that goes back to the same thing. The governments, politicians
Mm,
also have same concept. They have a spokesperson. Oh, I now remember the word. It's not sponsor. It's called spokesperson,
okay.
right? But in
Yeah.
the 90s, early 2000, they hire celebrities, athlete as a spokesperson. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so, so same thing back to the governments. They also have a
Have
spokesperson.
you on a spokesperson or influencer? Like an influencer could be someone by themselves, right? Or representing a company or representing themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas a sponsor could be representing a corporation or a
Yeah, sponsor.
company or
Yeah.
product.
Well, sponsor is, let's say, it's the same thing, but
Yes.
the role just there's opposite. So I am sponsor you to be the spokesperson of Shelby's brand, put it out. But it's just different terms.
Right.
But if you take that as a in politics, so Joe Biden right now is the spokesperson of United States. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But he is a spokesperson, but the real boss is not him. You see what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
That's so deep, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah,
And the word that I'm thinking we're talking about politics is perhaps the same role, but a different,
different.
slight difference would be someone who would be called a lobbyist in politics, right? They represent a group of individuals, corporations, or industries,
Right. Yes.
and they go and represent those industries.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
See, and that person is also a spokesperson or
Right.
influencer or avatar. You
Right.
want to
Right.
call it, right?
Right.
So all these, the reality we live in is it's all linked together. It's the same pattern, like if you want to use that word,
And
pattern.
then just to go ahead and bring it down to perhaps my level, when you see someone, for example, in a uniform,
Mm,
they represent that uniform. So
yes.
like in the medical field, if you see a white coat, that's a
Hmm.
doctor, right?
Yes.
Right. And then if you see someone in, let's say, the legal industry and they're wearing a police officer's uniform, they are representing
Yes.
that part.
Exactly. That's why that's why I say it's called programming and
Mhm,
system. Meaning we have Halloween. Okay,
mhm,
when
mhm.
you put on a coat, we put on a shirt or skirt, we become that superhero. You see?
Yeah.
but
Oh, yes,
then, but then,
that's
then,
another thing
but then
too.
in reality, they're not that superhero. It's
Ah,
just weaving programmed that way. So back
okay.
to the Joe Biden. So he is been put as a costume as a president of the United States, but he is not actually, you know,
He's
actually,
not representing the United States.
he
He's
is, he
representing,
is,
what did you mention?
he is, but the get how do you call it? Maybe there's certain thing that he doesn't, he's not the one making it decisions or or doing the controlling.
Would I'm thinking his intentions are not 100% United States citizens of the United States. It's perhaps somebody else or something else.
Yeah, some
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
That's why we call it the Matrix, the secret society, the
So the
shadow
Matrix is,
government.
so what you think is reality, like in the Matrix, it's really not real, which is why,
So when you have blue and red pill, which one do you want to go? You see?
wow.
Wow. I
And
know.
then, and the main character of the movie Trinity is a Trinity. The movie Matrix are Neo and, of course, Trinity, which is the female counterpart. And then there's Morpheus, right?
Right.
Who knows they both know, Trinity and Morpheus know that there is a Matrix. So my thing would be, which is something similar to what came first, the chicken or the egg. So what came first, the Matrix or the blue or red pill,
I
right?
think I think I think the Smith is it Smith?
Smith, the agent. Yes.
The aging
Agent
came,
Smith.
came first.
Well, what about the program? Because before the Matrix had to be
Because
invented or created, there
the
needs to be a
reason
program, right?
the reason I say he came first because he tried to stop them, right? And he probably started it, whatever program, just like our government, see, agent, a government, they start, and then those are just like same thing with Star Wars, the Dark Force, whatever you want to call it, Darth Vader, and then they always have people who off track. You see what I mean? So in order to
Okay, I see you're using that example. Like
So that's
Darth
why,
Vader was good, or he had the Force
yeah. And
strong.
anyone
The
who's
Force is strong within this
so
one.
anybody who's off track, off their agenda or their rules, then they have to send somebody to go after them to correct them. You see what I mean? So Smith is the person doing that. Okay. Joe Biden is just like the Smith. They,
So so
he's like the person
so
who
if it is a
tried to be
program,
here to correct us after the COVID because some people are awakening, including myself.
so this program could literally run for generations.
Yes, and Donald Trump is that how do you say like the
Neo,
recent
Donald Trump
yeah
like Neo.
like Neo or Luke
Oh,
or Leia or Solo
Divinity going to
resistance.
okay. You're talking about
Resistance.
okay
Resistance.
the resistance.
Yeah.
He's part of the
Resistance.
rebel. He's the rebel alliance.
That's why they wanna shut him down. You see what I mean? That's why Smith wanna shut Neo and Trinity down. You see what I mean? And that's why some people got canceled. You see what I mean?
So
Oh my God. I don't
Kanye,
know
go
if
back to Kanye. So you're saying maybe Kanye,
if we
you think
release this,
you think Kanye took the red pill?
yes, if we release, or we're gonna release this episode, I don't know what will happen.
Right. This is going to be an iffy one.
What if
This
we
is
get canceled?
you just went so deep in 20 minutes.
Yeah, only 20 minutes. But the problem is a lot of people have been programmed for 60, 70 years. They still don't know.
And even like what I mentioned a few minutes ago,
Mm,
if this program or this reality
Matrix. Yeah.
matrix
Mm.
is a program and can continue running, it can go generations.
Yeah, because they already implanted for the next to impact or to influence the next generation. Because as you like the McDonald's analogy,
McDonald's, right? Oh yeah, McDonald's, all
now
these corporations that are hundreds of years old.
now TikTok is another one.
That could go
Yeah.
on.
They all have something that's implant for the next generation to be the way they want to, put it that way. And we both, I don't know about you, but I was just like what they expecting to be, but now I'm going the opposite way. That's why sometimes life is hard because I'm going the opposite direction.
So
But
are you saying you're making a U-turn in a one-lane highway, Shelby?
yes,
Did
making
you make a slow U-turn or a fast U-turn,
I
or
won't
did you
say
do like too fast, too furious, and
I won't
pull the
say
handbrake and jerk the wheel?
I won't say it's a U-turn, but it's just like the tree behind you. I create another branch. You see,
Okay.
because this kind of like can reflect to many different things. Doris Cannon also mentioned about branches. Like you have
Okay.
the tree behind you, and also the movie, the new Loki season.
Oh yes, yes, yes. The
TVA also
superhero.
about branching. So that when they say that, I look at the tree differently now. I look at
Oh,
the
and you
tree.
mentioned the Loki character.
Yeah.
In
So
his, I just glanced at one of them. I didn't see the whole thing, but there was some forces there that in the Marvel world, Loki was very powerful, right? He was a god, quote unquote, from him, right? I am a god.
yes.
And then he met the Hulk, who's like, I don't know about gods, but I'm gonna take care of you. But
Right.
in the movie, in the series Loki, he actually is powerless in the beginning, right? He
Yeah,
can't use any of his powers.
exactly. So that's why I said now I look at the tree differently because I take that whatever it is I saw on the show and then Doris Hennon's video speech. So I put two and two together. Now I see trees differently, like what they are saying. and reflect back to our life. We make, I don't know, you can Google this. Every human being, once they wake up to the time they go to sleep, they are constantly making decision every single second. And there's, I don't know how many thousands of decisions.
Oh, during the day? Yes.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is those decisions we make is influenced by, can be, like I just mentioned, I kind of woke up, so I consume a different content, right? And then, of course, there's traditional media influencing you. There's government on top of you, us to influencing you. And there's different company brands influencing you, right? So our life is bombarded by different influencing voices, noises, tell you what to do, right?
So if you carry your cell phone around, that's more hours you're being influenced.
If you look at it, yes, Black Mirror, right? You see what I mean? And now we are recording this episode and we're going to broadcast it out. Whoever is watching and listening, then we create a a branch is a frequency. I feel the branch is the frequency. So you can see the tree, it's coming out from the root, just like a human being. We born this way, but we go different ways because of the influence of our environment and what we consume. Right?
I was just going back to what we were saying, what the truth is, right? If there was a movie that was made before The Matrix, and I'm looking at it on the internet, that's why I know I don't have a good memory, so I had to go on the Matrix on the computer, the other black screen, right? So in 1992, Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, and Demi Moore made a movie with Kevin Bacon and Kiefer Sutherland, all these 5 top stars. And the name of the movie was A Few Good Men. And Tom Cruise was the lead attorney trying to figure out what happened.
Mm-hmm.
A dramatic instance where a person's life was taken. But what I'm referring to is that famous line that Jack Nicholson says in the middle of the movie, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, when he got put on the seat for questioning.
Yes.
By the lawyer, you can't handle the truth.
Right.
And it's true because, again, influencing, that's also including religion and certain religion.
I thought about that a few minutes ago too.
Yeah, certain religion is program many people, about life. And if, we'll talk about this next time, but let's say we bring UFO into the picture.
Yeah, we have a lot of branches in this segment, right?
Yes, we have different branches. I love it.
All right. So, depending on how tall the tree is, that's how many branches you have, or leaves, or what have you.
Yes.
And then every season, new branches and new leaves come out. Is that right?
Yes. So UFO will shatter some beliefs, and I believe, I would say this is my personal belief. But you can, people who's watching or listening can have their own. But I believe there's UFO for real. So, and I will shatter some of the people who believe in certain religions for sure. And that's the truth they can't handle.
Okay.
Yeah, religion is.
So the UFO is, there's a truth behind the UFO, is what you're saying.
I believe it's the real.
And then somebody's been suppressing the truth for years, right? Decades.
We don't know why.
Or as they call it now, I believe it was just this year, you mentioned UFO, but this year they changed it to UAP. They went from unidentified flying object UFO to unidentified anomalous phenomenon UAP.
But it's the same thing.
Like avatar and influencer and sponsor.
Religion is one too. I forgot to say. Religion is a brand
And you said you wanted to discuss UFOs in more detail later on?
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna drop this before we continue.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it, again, back to the
Yeah.
labeling. We don't know what is it called, so we call an unidentified fly object.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But for what I'm believing, my personal belief, that UFO, that flying object is actually a
And I know,
time machine.
say that again.
Huh?
Say that again.
I say I personally believe those UFO and whatever you want to call it, label it, but it's the time machine that we.
Time machine.
Yes.
Wow. From the future or the past?
It's both.
Oh,
And
better remember this, Shelby, because this
and
is.
then the recent day, okay, there's a pattern. They say they travel very zigzagging, right? Like this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they go, there's no anti-gravity. So I believe they travel on a
On
frequency.
Okay. And what did just so out of curiosity, so when did you get involved in this UFOs idea that they're hiding?
Well, I've been very passionate about time machine for a very long time.
Okay, so it started with a time machine?
Yes. So
Wow.
and I, again, it's like what we were talking about last episode. It's like a puzzle. So different things come to pieces of information, and then I just kind of collected all the information, and then piece them together, and came up with my own. I don't know what you want to call it. Critical thinking, philosophy, theory, or controversy, or
and that concept of a time machine is not new. It's been around for years and years and years. I mean, just the most recent one, and what I mean by recent is in school, if you took some type of literature class or English class, which of course is boring, nobody wants to, so maybe not everybody came across it, but in 1895, there was a science fiction author by the name of H.G. Wells who wrote a book called The Time Machine. That was over 100 years ago.
They made a movie on that one too.
Yeah, they made several times, right?
Yes. So you were right, like on the English class or some sort of literacies.
Or comic book, maybe you read it in a comic book.
But then I personally took art history.
Art history?
Yes. And if we looking back at those arts, no matter if it's like Christian arts, they already have signs. Remember, there's an art with a older version, an older man and a younger man touching their finger from Rome.
Yeah.
Rome, yeah. So, see, that's a sign. So, if you remember the picture, the older person, I say version slip.
Okay.
Now I look at it, it's the older self, maybe from the future or from the past, try to connect with the same person, the younger self. You see, one is on the sky, one is lower, and again, frequency. Have different.
You had that
different waves.
Lower, and I know in
different waves.
In a previous talk we had before this one, we spoke about, I believe, was it Alice in Wonderland who fell through the hole, right?
Yes.
So she went from higher to lower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So,
but it doesn't mean higher or lower. It's just a different frequency or a different dimension, even.
let's say if I say those UFO travel in a wave of frequency, that's why it zigzag and disappear so fast. But if it materialize, become is from what we understanding, then it's become a dimension realm.
Okay.
So I don't know about Alice.
Yeah, we have to dig deeper into that. You're probably onto something. I was thinking about something more, not more recent, but not real recent. But a lot of people are getting into the comic book stage again, like we were just mentioning Loki and Marvel. Those comic books were, over 50 years ago. And now they're making into movies where people who are 10 years old, like you mentioned, they're dressing up as the superhero characters during Halloween,
Right.
right? From something that was written 50 years ago under a comic book,
Yeah.
Marvel or DC Comics, and then of course there's other comic books that didn't last as long as they did. But another show that reminded me of time travel was Doctor Who, right? That was a lot for, and then what was the other one too that was made?
The one really started made me curious is Back
to the Future in the 80s, right? That was a funny movie with Michael J. Fox, and that was a time machine, and they used a car, but still. Yeah.
If you really think about it, the way they have that car is like the Tesla right now.
Right. What's the name of the character? Marty McFly, right?
Hey, do you know Elon Musk put a Tesla fly into space?
Well, it's his company. I think he can do that, right? But why did he do that? Just so he can go back to the future?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, there's a lot of things there's a lot of branch we can go out from this point. But
That's true.
We will
bring it back.
Our future branching out different.
Let's not go too fast. Okay.
But I wanna ask you a question. So all those comic book, Matrix movie, or even those the arts, like I said, history of art, Shakespeare. So back to the question: the egg first or chicken first? Do you think we create where we are right now is based on those materials, and that's why we got here, or the other way around?
That's a very good question. I'd like to go ahead and answer that with a question of my own.
Okay.
There's another, you mentioned Nostradamus as telling the future with the Black Mirror. But how about that show, The Simpsons, where you can go back and several of those episodes, and one in fact, where they mentioned Donald Trump becoming president.
Yeah, I think it's.
So who was it? Who was first? Was it The Simpsons, or was it the future? Or
yes, I'm gonna use your own word for this one. I think if we don't think one linear, then we can. I think it's infinity. It's a loop. So there's no end, no begin. So Notre Dame, based on Doris Cannon, she was saying she's feeding him information, but he is the one writing the code, right?
And she's somebody from the present right now, right?
Right.
And Nostradamus lived hundreds of years ago.
Right. So if this is, if you believe it or not, no, not you, but I'm talking to the audience. If the audience, you believe it or not, but for me, I believe it. So you can see who feeds who, Like,
I'll have to find a clip. There's a clip. There's a clip
for that.
No, there's another clip we're mentioning it. I'm sure there is a clip on that one. Maybe you have it, but it has to do with a time machine. There's a clip I came across, and sometimes I just let a channel play, and whatever comes on, comes on.
Yeah.
I have no control over it, but then I'll hear something. But if I'm in the middle of something, I cannot stop.
It's okay.
There was one where this person developed a time machine, a little box, maybe the size of a iPad. And the person interviewed him, asked him, how did you invent this? Because the person never went to college, never took classes, but he was told it all came to him in a dream.
Yes.
And maybe he could have been talking to somebody from the past, like let's mention his name,
Yeah.
Nikolai Tesla level, so intelligent
Yes.
that things just popped into his mind.
Right. Exactly. So
But it didn't pop into his mind. Somebody was telling him who, I don't know.
that's what happened to all the, including Albert Einstein. It's like somebody told me, somebody sent me the information. And Elon Musk, I kind of read and studied his bio. He said when he's very young, like a little boy, he thought every human being, his friends, family is like himself, receiving information. His brain is always has some information, even when he's little. But later on, he grew up. He said he realized he was the only one getting those informations. Not everyone can get that. And you just mentioned, you just mentioned earlier, whoever that person video you saw, he didn't go to college, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, which means he didn't follow the program. Matrix.
Oh, yes. And I know what you're saying. Whatever he came up with, whatever he invented is not factual because he didn't go to this school, he didn't take this. So it's not valid.
Blue or red pill.
You're right.
Yeah. So I just want to let the audience know we talk about all this and branch out different branches, but we come down to the same group.
Okay. So are you saying there could be, or there will be future episodes of all our little branches?
Yes. With different branch, well, the movie, the entertainment industry is called spin-off. So,
multiple spin-offs and how many seasons? Okay.
Or segment. Yeah. So, but
okay.
Yeah. So, but we can continue on for.
Yeah. Let's see what our audience or what the audience wants. We're open suggestions, or maybe we'll take suggestions into consideration.
Right. So, back to. Sorry, you were saying I cut you. We can do 10 more minutes.
Oh, okay. So we have a 10 more minute timeline. Okay. I was saying, where was I talking about? It's okay. It'll come back to me.
I forgot to.
No, it was a connection.
Oh, Tesla. And because you mentioned about Tesla, I thought about Elon Musk.
And, Tesla has a lot of.
And then like I said, kind of study, do some research about.
Yeah. And that's another thing, mentioning Tesla, Elon Musk named his cars Tesla after the famous scientist / inventor.
Yeah.
However, many people today would never know who Tesla was or is unless, Elon Musk, if he had not reintroduced that name.
Exactly. And everything, especially today's technology, everything we use today is because of Nikola Tesla, including Wi-Fi.
And that's very funny because
Bluetooth.
If you were to ask people like on a surface level, do you know Tesla? Oh yeah, that's a car, right?
Yeah.
But if you dig deeper and you find out a little bit more information and ask a few more questions like, why Tesla? Or even, Google it, Tesla. What is Tesla? Who is Tesla? Why did Elon Musk name his car Tesla? What questions that everybody's thinking about.
Yeah.
But ask them.
Yeah, Nicholas
And then
Tesla.
you'll find out all this information about you just mentioned. He has all these inventions that we are using today.
Yeah, and there's no name for it at the time, label.
Right.
But it's basically Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Blu-rays, actually frequency, radio frequency.
That reminds me of a story.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
So
a story about a gentleman that many people may not know of, but his name is Jack Ma.
I know.
You know Jack Ma?
Yes.
Well, maybe if you're 12 or 15 years old, you may not know who Jack Ma is, but you probably know his company, Alibaba,
Yeah.
right? One of his companies in China, right?
Yes.
Can we mention other countries in this call? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Or-
Maybe.
I'm just thinking, I don't want to end up like Nancy.
Okay.
Oh,
There was a story where Jack Ma was in the United States and he happened to be talking to a delegation as an English. He was an English translator. He was not a electrical person, electrical computer or nothing. He's English.
okay.
At least that's my understanding. He could have some background, but his actual job duty at the time was English translator.
I see.
And so he was being introduced to this new concept called the internet.
Oh,
And at that time, they had dial up when he first saw it. So right now, when we press send and attach a document, you can open it up within a minute.
right.
Back then, and you can Google it and find out when it happened, but back then, it took maybe 3, 4, maybe even 6 hours, maybe even overnight to download a document.
Or it's like faxing back. Fax.
So short, so lengthy of time, right? So when Jack Ma came back to China and he tried to describe, look, I saw this piece of paper go from a wire to another machine,
Right.
and the paper came out. And it's like something like even not just a cell phone, not just a cell phone, but a regular telephone wire. We're talking about something that happened years ago. Can you imagine? I'm going to call somebody and my voice is going to be heard over hundreds of miles away within the same time frame. And the other person, if they did not know, we were talking about Nostradamus and you don't have words for it, you would say that's crazy. That's unheard of. It'll never happen. So Jack Ma, they made fun of him. And even the person who invented the telephone at the time, Alexander Graham Bell, right, was made fun of. They were probably called crazy.
Yes. So what you just described, it gave me a aha moment.
A branch? You got another branch?
It's not really another branch.
Okay.
What you just described, it sounds like time traveling.
Oh,
Right?
go ahead and explain that a little bit. That's very interesting.
Well, okay, because remember we asked about chicken first or egg first. So what you just described, it's actually I don't know. I'm not a scientist or tech person, but what you describe is an analogy of from point A to point B, voice or pictures or information or broadcast TV. But what if we take that as a traveling point 1A to point B? It's the same concept, right? And you just said you call somebody and then it can go call someone from someone over there all the way over there at the same
Without moving.
at the same time, you said. You just
So you're saying sometimes if you use that same concept for time travel,
yeah, it's the same. Or Ben, like they have a lot of those diagrams from one black hole to another one coming out from the other side. It's the same. And that's why Nicholas Tesla got cover up, shut down or whatever you want to call it. And because he knows a lot.
one of the things, let's go back to what you were saying about the time travel, and I agree with the Tesla statement. But one of the things that I had to wrap my head around, which didn't make any sense to me, were the cell phones, how do they work without wires? Because I grew up in the time of wires, and then Wi-Fi. How does Wi-Fi work? You
See,
know what I mean? It's
yes,
like there's no connection. There's nothing here. It's
yes. See,
what? And
and
I can
then
even send a document through
yeah,
my phone.
yeah. See, if we really think deeper, it's already happening. What I said,
Okay.
UFO, identified object that we see is traveling through those invisible path, frequency, or energy. I don't know.
Yeah, a
Again,
frequency would be a good.
these are just labels for right now. But
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
knows what would they call it in the future or what they call it in the past, right? But for right
And
now, we call it frequency, we call it signal.
signal. And on this note, let me go ahead. Let's end it with this one. So with each cell phone, and even right now we're on our Wi-Fi signal on our laptops. There's multiple hundreds of thousands, even millions of people who are using a cell phone right now. It may not be on, but let's just say hundreds of thousands of people are on a call right now talking to each other.
Mhm.
Hundreds of thousands of people without any disruptions. Maybe once or twice the call gets dropped, but that's on a regional, not a person to person type of thing or a carrier, right? So all this is happening right now.
Back to the tree behind you.
A tree.
You say 100 people are calling, 100 people are
Hundreds,
making
yeah,
communications.
yeah,
So every,
yeah, and that's just
every,
on a personal level. We have businesses who are,
yeah.
you
So
know,
what I'm trying to say is,
yeah,
branches is energy. Energy is frequency. So whatever I'm saying right now, I think somehow somebody or maybe whoever, I don't know, is telling me this right now. That's why.
well, yeah, we just want to, like you mentioned, you just need to expand your thinking and just, you don't have to, sometimes you don't have to believe something for it to happen, like the cell phone. You can sit there and say, I can't believe it, but someone's going to call you. You're going to call somebody.
Yeah, but the majority of people, they don't even think how like you say, does that happen?
Yeah. And let's go ahead and make it something
Yeah.
like we don't know how our microwave oven works. We don't know how our car works, or even something simple like the light switch. I don't know how it works, but I just turn it on and my light goes on.
They don't, yeah, because
I don't need to know. But if it doesn't work, then okay, I got to call someone who does,
yeah, because
right?
because they took the blue pill.
Yeah. And or even something like the laptop or the cell phone. Hey, my cell phone won't go on anymore.
Yeah. So I
Let me go
remember,
take it down to Apple.
yeah. So I remember when we were younger. I don't know if you guys tried this before. We had this little can, those can. You dump it, take out everything inside, and you punch a hole from the back, and you put a string, and you tie another one on the other end.
Hmm.
If I talk to you like this, you can hear from your ear just based on one string.
Oh wow,
Try that.
wow.
That's strange, isn't it?
But you don't have to do that because we have cell phones.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is, it's been this way for a long, long time.
Oh, I see. Just a different,
Labels, names. See,
a different way.
see,
Yeah.
radio has
Oh,
been
radio is very.
long, long time, right? Radio.
Yeah, I was always amazed how many channels or how many
See,
frequencies die on the radio. That
right.
it's the same machine, all these channels on there.
Yeah,
Wow,
just
all
like
going at the same time, right?
just like the tree behind you.
Wow.
So you pick a very good background today. Thank you.
The
So
tree
now
is
I'm sure you will look the tree differently, like I do.
and the microphone. I can see the microphone.
Okay, good. All right,
Oh,
so we
and the
can,
right side is dark and the left side's light.
yeah, yin and yang.
Oh, it does look like yin and yang. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
A lot of people don't understand what that means. They think they do, but they don't. Anyway, that's for another show. Yes. So what did you want to discuss today?
that's actually I want to ask you, but we can start sharing this past weekend. I watch every is it called? Everything Everywhere at Once. Have you seen that movie?
Everything everywhere at once. Give me some details about that. What is that movie about?
It's a okay. It won Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor and Actress for 2023 Oscar, and I'm not sure if it's a Best Film, but it's basically Asian, like an Asian character, Asian actor, and the title says everything. But
Oh,
I didn't get to see it in the theater, but my sister did, and she came on there. Why will that movie won any awards? That movie is boring, and she's confused.
mhm,
She doesn't know what that movie is trying to do. I said, okay, and then I of course I seen the trailer, so
right.
so it has a little time traveling, like we've been talking about time traveling universe and branches. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So all together. So I have that, my sister's review
Mhm.
going in, watching it. And when I start watching it, to me, when I finish it, I understand the whole thing. But I just don't know
Ah,
why. I just don't know why she doesn't understand. And I
so
see, I see a
you saw you saw something that your sister didn't see or couldn't see.
she couldn't understand the entire movie. Okay, but the entire movie is basically I don't well, some people might not see it, but just a spoiler. Entire movie is about dimension, about time traveling, and about parallel universe,
Wow.
and it's about you know like you're here, but there's many of you elsewhere doing
Wow.
different things, right? And you said change is always good. And I said, depends, because every change, just like back to the branch, every decision we make, let's say we want to go to let's say you would decide to celebrate Christmas in Hawaii, for example, and then you had a thought for that, and there's a channeling, a frequency going towards that, but later you change your mind. You go, it's too much, why not, or whatever, and then you change your plans, and then now you create another branch or another frequency.
And see, when I said change is good, the only person who would not want a change, the person it's changing,
They
right?
don't, sort of, yes, none, but I don't think they're noticing that. I know everything is changing every second, you know?
Well, what I'm getting at is let's keep it down because I know you mentioned time travel, dimensions,
Mm.
levels. However, many people are just trying to, hey, look, it is 9 a.m. I'm just trying to get through to 5 p.m. That's all
Yeah,
I want to do. Okay. So just please let me survive this day, just one more day type of thing.
yeah,
And sometimes when you're just doing that and you have your day planned out, you don't want any changes.
yes,
You are not going to accept any changes because I have to be home by 5:30. However, if your boss comes in, oh, you need to do a new project or you need to finish this before you get home, that change is not good. That's not a
exactly.
good change.
Yes, I agree with you.
So it depends on who is talking about the change. And even something as simple as the weather.
Mm, yes.
Oh my goodness, I hope it doesn't rain today. Why? Because we're having a dinner and it's going to be outside,
Uh-huh.
right? I
Right.
hope it doesn't rain. Whereas if you were somewhere, well, I wish it would rain because it hasn't rained here in so long and it would be
Hmm.
great. It'd be wonderful. So who's to say which change is better? Right.
Right.
Right. So that's what I said. Change is always good. And then all of a sudden you mentioned it in the previous episode of one about the old farmer fable where he had a son and a horse and the horse ran away, but the townspeople came in and said, "Oh, it's so sad to hear about your horse running away."
Um,
And he says, "Well, how do you know?"
I, yeah.
Right. And then the horse came back with two other horses. So he tripled his, right. And then the son was trying to train the horses and he fell off, broke his leg. And the townspeople, oh, that's so sad. And the farmer said, well, how do you know? How do you know? And then, of course, what
Yeah.
happened? The king's men came by and they were scripting men into the army. And because he had a broken leg, the son couldn't go.
Yeah.
That kind of change. It all depends on what side of the line you're standing on.
Yes. A funny thing, you say we talk about it last episode. I have I have senior moment. I don't recall. I know it was so strange.
And you also have to remember senior moments. We've been forgetting homework since we were 6 years old, 7 years old, eight
Oh,
years old. Oh, I forgot my homework. I forgot my lunch. I forgot my jacket. I forgot my sweater.
there's a explain for that.
Oh, is there? What is it?
Yeah. Well, there's of course there's this scientific. I mean, what do you call it? Doctors' health way of explanation that we know, and then there's a spiritual way that I receive.
Mm.
Okay, so which one do you want to hear first?
Go
You,
ahead. Go ahead. Go on.
okay, so well, you trigger a lot of ways to explain this. So
Yeah.
first one, doctor said we lost memory because of age, which is not true. It's a type of the food that we've been consuming in the chemical in the food that we've been consuming, that long term compounding to cause us lost our memories. And type 3 diabetes is linked to that. So
Type two.
type 3.
Oh,
So
there's a three.
yeah,
The Alzheimer's. The
yeah, all
real
time, yes,
Alzheimer's.
yes,
Okay, I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
and then if- some people don't believe it. Popcorn, the one we eat in the
Ah,
movies.
popcorn. Yes.
Popcorn has some sort of chemical in there that will cause us to lose memory as well.
So maybe we should not eat all that big tub of popcorn when we go to the movie.
Yeah, well, popcorn is just one of the chemical. There's a lot of other food, but I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving any advice. So just
So
you
you
know,
think it's
cons-
all the
consult
think it's
your
all the
consult your
additives?
doctor, please. So don't let. We're just talking about this as entertainment. Okay. So okay, what
So
do we
you
say?
think it's all the additives and the preservatives that they're adding on?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, we some certain part is intentional that we already know that someone or higher end people try to play us small in our mind,
Mm.
right?
Are you talking along the lines of like fluoride being added to the water type of thing?
Yeah, that too,
Uh,
because that is closing our, how do you call that? Glum. I have to. I cannot pronounce that word. There's a eye in our brain looks like a eye, and it's a symbol.
I
Yeah,
found the word. It
yeah, all
could
right.
be. I found the
So
word we were looking for. It could be wrong, but I typed up. It's called a pineal gland.
yes, that's it.
Pineal.
Yes, yes,
And you said that is sometimes called the third eye.
that's our third eye.
The third eye. Now we have three eyes.
Not sometimes. That's our third eye.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Do you, I don't know if for this we're on a topic today, but do you think there ever was the third eye was our first eye and then we developed two? No,
No,
because we don't have you'd be looking, come on, there's no third eye there, but it is there because in Egypt, you said,
yes,
mentioned it, they
right.
really saw that you need a third eye.
There's a symbol just exactly look like what you just Google.
And when I said third eye, and I said that one eye was the first eye, that's there's also something from ancient days where the one-eyed person was called a cyclops,
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
were
So
very tall.
yes, tall. Yes. So spiritual part. Okay, we as a being, we came into this physical form. Our memories, our purpose to come to this earth is wiped out before we come here. So that's a
Okay, hold
memory.
up,
That's one thing.
hold up, hold up. That statement was just like all loaded up. So before we were physical, what were we?
We are in a universe. So
So
this we can
we're not
this
physical.
no, we're not. So we can refer the audience listening or watching this can refer to our Christmas special episode. They will know the answer why I'm saying
Oh,
this. Okay, yeah. So the Christmas episode has the clue in there.
I
So
wonder. I wonder what we were. Were we gas, vapor,
we
power,
are, yeah, we are actually, from what I'm receiving, we are actually in
light?
yeah, lights, lights,
Light.
lights, like lights, light
Why?
beams.
So does that mean we were very fast, whereas we traveled at the speed of light?
Yes. And
So right now we're really so slow.
so when we come into this physical form, Earth, we call it, then we embody that spirit into a body, physical form.
So
And
we really slowed ourselves down then.
and exactly, so the Earth vibration frequency is the lower level, like I mentioned the past episode. There's 12 levels, and we are in this lower level, and there's two or three more below us, and try to get up to this level. Remember I said that from Alex Jones.
So we were really high,
No, oh yeah, we
and then
originally,
we're really low,
yes,
like you said, high level and low level or
yes,
frequency.
yes.
And then are we supposed to get back to high level or stay here?
We stay here to do our jobs to come here, but we don't remember. You see,
Wait a minute.
and
So we're here
then
to
we
do a
come.
job.
Yeah, we're
Sometimes it
here to. Well, yeah,
sometimes it
that was my question. Why were we here? What kind of job are we doing here?
sometimes it feels like a vacation. I mean, have you ever gone like to
Yeah.
Macau or Hong Kong or
No,
in Las Vegas or Atlantic City?
Las
Everyone's having
Vegas.
so much
Yes.
fun and they're
Well,
just having fun. It's just like a vacation. Is
yes.
Earth a vacation spot?
No,
Oh,
it's a school.
it's a school now.
Yes, life is a
So
school. So
maybe maybe those spots are recess.
so what I'm trying to say is we're all
Okay.
here to raise the vibration of this earth, because everything links together in the universe. Every planet, every stars, every universe is linked together to generate energy for to the source.
I
So,
wonder.
source is called label. I won't say call. Some people label as God. Some people label as uh,
Buddha.
Bud- high-end entity or whatever. But you get the point. There's a source, and I don't know yet. It's about, is this whole thing, is it in a closed, including the space universe, in a closed sphere or not? I'm not sure.
I wonder if it's something as simple as, and I don't want to say simple because it's just wrong word, but just for the sake of the discussion. We're you mentioned we're in the school, right? But
Yes.
maybe other people are thinking that they're here to
Mhm.
have fun,
Yes, we
right?
are
Like
school.
college, right? Don't people go to college for higher learning? But a lot of people think of college as a get away from home. The parents are not there. They hear the parties every night, every weekend.
Yeah.
Other people are just go to school and study. Other people go to school and just have fun.
Yeah, so everyone,
Ah,
every being, every light here
yeah.
has their its own purpose.
Yes, some people
Okay.
forget why they're there.
Yeah, and some people didn't forget. Like
Yes,
for
yes.
example, I feel Elon Musk didn't forget, or the information download or come to him after. Kind of link back to that movie again. Everything,
Oh,
everywhere, all at once. So basically, this information is linked to that movie. That we are everywhere, everything everywhere,
and
all at once.
you
Meaning that
mentioned another movie that had that same thought.
yes,
Lucy. Lucy.
yes, yes, and because you also mentioned about speed, so science and spiritual. I didn't really take any class of physics, but this is all we agree. So if we let's say for example this pen is your car vehicle. Okay, if you travel, let's say 60 miles on the freeway, right? And you're a person looking at the car traveling, you can see it goes right, right. But
Yes,
imagine this car travel faster, and then it will become what is it going to become? Become a line. You won't see exactly as a solid object anymore. The faster it goes, it becomes a line. Just look at the screen right now, Jesse. Look, see, it becomes a line if it goes
that's the
fast.
scene.
You see? But if I go slow, you can see the solid, right? So imagine this object, it goes fast, and what I can do, speed of light, then you won't be able to see it with our eyes, two eyes.
Yes, that's a scene from the movie Lucy, right?
Yes. And that's what happened. Also, the same logic that the UFO, the you what
Oh,
is
okay. UFO.
that they travel. Remember, I mentioned they travel on the
Yeah.
frequency.
Yes.
So the higher frequency is the faster wave. So sometimes some people witness the UFO. That means they're in a lower frequency, which is closer to the Earth. That's why we can see it.
So the car's not gone. It's just we cannot see it. It's just
Yeah,
vibrating.
there's a lot of things around us we can't see it. We can only see what we create physically, correct? So everything is everywhere all at once, and we just can't see it. But our third eye can see it doing meditation, doing focus, channeling, if you want to
Mhm.
call it channeling or download, like you said.
I was I was looking up if anyone was wondering what I'm looking at. I was looking up
Okay.
the director from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
And what I was finding out is we mentioned it, the movie we were talking about last time, which was called the
Leave the
Obama.
world behind.
Right, right.
Yes.
And that was produced by the Obamas, so it was influenced by the producers slash influencers of the movie, right?
Yes.
So then that movie I mentioned, Lucy, was directed from the individual who directed The Five Elements,
Oh my God, I just
right?
thought about that
You,
today. Oh
you just
gosh.
think about it, yes. And let me go ahead and find out
I'll explain to
who
you
his name
why
is,
I thought about it. You want to? I'll wait for you.
just let the audience know who it is. He is a French filmmaker,
Yes, I know him.
Luc Luc Besson, Besson. And
Luke
I have a
Mason.
thread or a theory about that, but we'll talk about it another time. It's not going to go anywhere. But yes, he made that movie or directed the movie The
Yeah.
Fifth Element in 1997.
Yes, that's one of my favorite movie.
Okay.
And have you seen it?
Of course, I was very intrigued with that movie.
Yeah. Okay. And let
The
me.
five elements being
Yes.
part of a
Yes.
defensive mechanism for the Earth, which is a
Exactly.
plot line that is, and I know you love this subject, that maybe perhaps those pyramids in Egypt. could have been and do the same thing.
Yes. So the last element is a person.
Yes.
And why I thought about it this morning is thanks to this our fan, or whatever you call it, audience comment on our one of our episode on our YouTube, saying, you know, if you want to get out of matrix, you do opposite, blah blah blah, and then comes down to the towards the end of his comment. He said a lot of people are misunderstanding gender, and gender is sometimes is spiritual, it's not physical. So if you go back to the fifth element, at first they were expecting a he to come, remember, and then
Yes.
it comes to as a we understand as a her,
Yes.
right? Yeah, and that person has happened to be the last element to save the
Yes.
earth, and
Yes.
then that's just aligning and linked to what that person was saying for our
Yes.
video comment.
And you mentioned it, or we were talked about in the very beginning, the yin and yang. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand, even though they know about it. They don't
Mhm.
understand the yin and yang, and they don't understand gender, masculine versus femininity. They think they do, but they don't.
Yeah. Yin and
Yeah.
Yin is it's very interesting. That's also well, that's kind of also linked to the movie that we're talking about. Everything, everywhere, all at once, because the supposed to be the opponent, the bad
Mhm.
person. She used bagels, that she create bagels that sucks everything in, which is we call it black hole today. Okay, and then if you take yin and yang, black hole is black, so it's the dark side, and the sun is the bright side, right? Sun creates life, right? And the dark side is sucking in, I would say, gravity.
Mm.
Yeah, so that is very interesting. That movie has this donut shape. It's kind of like my ring light right in front of me right now, like that. And then it has a light around, but the metal is supposed to be black. So that's just that explain the yin and yang right there.
And
That's
then
one explanation.
it's also in the movie Star Wars, right?
Yeah, the dark side.
Right?
Yeah,
It's night and day,
yeah, night and
black and
day.
white.
Yes, everything has an opposite, left and right, up and down, inside,
But if
outside.
but if
You
you
look
look
at it.
at the yin and yang symbol, and even in Star Wars, it tells you to control the dark side, embrace it, face it. And here, even on this school we call Earth, we are taught to fear the nighttime. But if we use the same messages that yin and yang symbol is giving us, even Star Wars, no, we're supposed to embrace the nighttime the same way we do the daytime and work with it, because they cannot work one without the other. But we're taught to resist it,
Yes.
and by resisting it, we're never going to be, or in the words that you're saying right now, we're never going to graduate.
Yes, exactly. And if you really think about it, because earlier I said we are a light being, right? So think about this. If if everything is bright, then there's no light. Lights only appear when it's dark.
Ah, right.
Ah, right.
Good one.
So so all linked together. So school, yes, you have fun, which is considered bright side. You go have fun, and then you will have some downsides, which is more dark, more negative. And when you say 9 to 5, people don't want to think about it. It's because they're being programmed to be a, should I say, labor slave. You know.
Or maybe just resist the change. I mean, we have seasons
Mm.
here, right? Four.
Four
And
seasons supposedly, but now it feels like two only these days.
Maybe that's some type of weather manipulation thing, but that's for another top, another another.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, we're taught to try to extend our seasons for as long as they can. Oh, let's have summer for longer. Let's have spring because I like that season
Mm,
more. Or there's other people. Oh, I love the winter. It's so great. Oh, I love the fall. However, all those need to work together for it to happen. And
yeah.
that's why I said all change is good, whether you will like it or not, because it has to rain. It has to get cold, and
Yeah.
spring birth has to happen. It has to have a rebirth. There's a cycle, and you like to use the infinity thing. It has to go around.
Yeah.
And I do feel that even though we don't like it, even though we might resist it,
Yeah.
change has to happen.
Yeah. Just like what I explained about the lights in the dark. Same thing. You will not know what's happy unless you understand the sad first, right?
Oh, yes, that's what they say. What's
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
saying to do the literature? Is it better to have love and loss than to ever loved at all? And that depends on who you're talking to because some
Yes.
people have that same type of saying with even something as simple as flowers. You know, you say, "Oh, I don't like flowers because they they die or you killed the plant." And however, maybe if you just looked at it for the
Hmm.
present, these flowers are beautiful today. Yes, they're not going to last a week. They're not
Yes.
supposed to,
Yeah.
but if you can just appreciate their beauty for right now, live in the
Right.
moment,
So
and accept change, that would be like, wow.
yeah. So back to what you said. Uh, if people don't like it and they don't want to do it, then on the spiritual side, again, then will become like you are in a karma that you didn't do the purpose that you signed up to be here. Meaning, you don't want to go do the challenge thing. You don't want to do the hard thing, and then you crossed, meaning you pass. You
Are
go
you
up,
calling?
you go back up, and then they're gonna tell you they call it counsel. The counselor are gonna tell you, "Hey, Jesse, you didn't complete your tax. Go back down again." You see,
So are you
that's
talking?
karma.
Are you just? Are you describing? You have to repeat the grade.
Yeah, if you don't pass, or if you some okay, there's um different different level. There's one is like you fear you don't want to do certain things, but maybe that's your purpose, right? That's one thing. And if you don't accomplish or achieve, you die, you pass, you cross over, you go back to the universe, then they're gonna send you back here again because you didn't pass. Karma. That's what karma means. And then and second, if you did somebody wrong, let's say someone is in a marriage and they cheated, and then they will play a movie. Okay, meaning they will play their whole life repeat. This is also happens in that movie. Everything everywhere happens at once. They keep playing the movie, meaning you can see it yourself on the other universe, other life, whatever you want to call it. Then it's like a movie. So when you go back up there, they're gonna play. Okay, you did something. This part you did it wrong. So play it to you, and you will feel sorry. You feel guilty, and then you will be the one want to come back here again to change it. Like you said,
Hmm.
change to
That's,
do the right thing. So that's
but
why
that's
that's what karma.
reincarnation too, right? Karma and reincarnation.
Reincarnation is just a label. It's more like like just re-entering this frequency,
So what if you don't
right?
believe in that?
Well, you don't have to believe whatever if you don't want to believe, that's fine. But that's a lot of religion is telling you that. A lot of ancient history is also telling you that.
Yeah.
And if you want to go more sci-fi or more universe,
And I
is
think
also
you were
telling you that, right?
I think you were mentioning that we're all light beings and one. And what about that story?
Huh? Let's
what about that story that we've heard? Where what show is it on? I think it's on multiple shows.
okay. What
The
story?
one where we are talking about the Anunnaki, the one who said they
Uh-huh.
created us,
Yes. I don't know.
right? So that throws out the light being stuff to the side, or how do you compare those two?
Say one thing before I
Yes,
go into Anunnaki. So, we're not trying to convince anybody. This is not a cult. Okay. This is just what me and we're just, chit chatting here and then entertaining. And if you want to take it as a sign, as a message, or just BS, whatever, it's okay, right? But I just want to know we're not trying to convert anyone, or this is not a cult. Okay. So back to
yes.
Anunnaki. Anunnaki is from Egypt, right? Anunnaki is okay. How do I explain it? Let me put it this way: we in our present time, right? Right now, we are on our way to achieve going to be a multiple species based on what Elon Musk want to achieve, right? In a multiple planet, multiple travel, like you going to, like you just mentioned, Maui or Hong Kong, traveling, right? So what?
Macau, baby, Macau.
Yes, my couch ching, right? So what's going on is, if we were to think as a infinity, there's no end, no beginning. So what we're doing right now in this time frame, we are creating a machine or a way to go out of out of space, go leave this earth, right? So what happened is the earth at one point will be destroyed. This is every religion, every science or whatever you want to believe says that, right? So let's say earth destroyed and it will reset, okay? And then when it resets, whoever is not in the earth, let's say Mars or what was that? Centralia, another planet. I forgot. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Centuri?
Centaura or some
Yeah, it's spelled Centaura, but it's Centuri. Yeah, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So let's say we achieve that, and then we go to other planets. We the multiple planets, and then we evolve and into different form, different shape, different type. We'll look different as a being, right? And then what happened is, remember I said earlier, it doesn't matter what planet, we are all light beings. So light beings can this 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 light can be sent to Earth or it can be sent to Mars to embed it into a physical form. Okay. So if the physical form, if we travel to outside of Earth and Earth got destroyed and we reset, and then those beings, physical form comes back to this Earth from Mars, from other planet, and then we'll be in the Homo stages. No Homo, like
Yes.
a monkey, or like you said, those people who doesn't, those what do you call people? Those ape, right? Ape can be ape, and then they don't know how to speak. They don't, and then someone is teaching them, and that someone
Oh,
is
that's the
that someone is coming from, it's coming from other planets, which
but
originally coming from going from here. So it doesn't matter which planet you in. There's always a physical being there, and the light, like the light being, can send to Mars, send to Central, or to planet
right,
Earth, anywhere, right? But if we just focus on Anunnaki, this person or this being,
right.
it's
They call themselves God,
yeah, it's because, okay, because we call them gods because it's like a magic. Because imagine if we are just an ape or Flintstone age. Remember everything. If let's say we talk about Black Mirror, right? If I'm coming from, let's say, Mars, and planet Earth is still a dinosaur age, and there was a little ape walking around, and they see me with this Black Mirror, and then show them a picture of them on here play like a video, then Shelby will become a god to them. No, right? Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
and then I'm coming. Don't forget, I'm coming into the atmosphere in a ball, a globe of fire too.
Wow.
You know what that means, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. So that's why they call those people God. And Anaki said he will be returned, right? Just like the Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be a long cycle because yeah, because
Have to
imagine
get his planet.
we are just at the stage here right now to go out of the out of space, and then we start new lives on the outer planet. Will become we look differently, all that.
Yes.
Yeah, and then eventually we'll come back to this earth because it got destroyed somehow, somewhat. I don't know
Oh,
how.
here's something I'm reminded of where you mentioned the word Nibiru, Nibiru,
Mhm.
which is the non existent planet. But they also call it Planet X, which is the same name as that social media platform X,
That's
formerly known
right.
as Twitter. So
Yes.
you think Elon Musk is from Nibiru?
I don't know. There's something I don't know this message yet, but there's something about X. Because if you really think about it, the Jesus Christ cross is X too. Alex Jones, I got a lot. I just recently, you know, after you mentioned, started pay attention to this person, and a lot of things he said. It's kind of
Sometimes we don't pay attention, and I'm talking from my personal experiences. Many times
mhm,
you're just busy with life. Either you're distracting you, but it's always happening, right? And,
yes,
or you could be in school, going to college, putting your head down and focusing, or maybe, what other people do too is maybe they're starting a business and you
yes,
have to focus on starting a business. And these things are happening, and I don't got time for that. I got to go to my meeting. I got to go meet some investors. I got to go talk to the regulators, the city or the government regulators, or the
yeah,
politicians.
mhm.
You're just busy. I like to say distraction, but is it really a distraction? I'm just trying to live my best life, things like that.
Yes. Well, not well. That's more a reality side, but spiritual side is certain things won't come to you because you're not there yet. You cannot hear FM when you tune in to
Oh
AM.
yeah,
It's everything, everywhere, all at once. That
absolutely.
movie, I highly recommend it to you and
Okay.
your family or whoever is listening and watching. So guess what? So this morning the time we're recording this, the same morning we released the last episode, the last recording, which we're talking about the matrix, program, government, shadow government, whatnot, right? So now we try to record this at this moment. Our internet Wi-Fi is shut down. So I'm
Wow.
using I know, right? So I'm using my phone as the personal hotspot. So I
Oh, the
don't know.
hotspot.
Hopefully this one.
Okay.
So hopefully this one will be
So,
recorded with no problem.
so do you think they know or someone knows about your recordings in advance?
Well, here's the thing. We all know our phone, our laptop, or what all the electric device, even TV. It's somehow somebody is spying on it. I think. I
Oh,
know
right.
so.
They can see
Right,
you, they can
and
hear you, they know
yeah,
where
and
you're
we
going,
have like
the
we
GPS on your.
have exactly, and we also have a device called Google. series, and we talk to them. Oh,
And they talk to
yes.
you.
So yeah. So I really believe. Well, I want to think as it's just a coincidence, but it's too coincident, don't you think so?
So what other instances have happened that made you think like that, or it
See
happened?
now, see, we were just speaking as we speaking just now. My screen pop up. Your internet connection is bad. See,
Oh,
whoa! I'm
okay.
sweating. I'm hot now.
So that could be a type
And
of, well, it is a type of control, right?
yeah, you were in this. Like like we were talking about last episode, we are going opposite direction. We're not following the rules. We're not following the program. We will try to get out of the matrix. So
And the matrix is
okay,
the program that you have to follow, right?
they want you to follow. Yes.
They want you to
So
follow.
right. So let's since this episode will be released in January of 2024, the first episode. And as we all know, it's going to be election years, and it's going to be crazy. So
Mm,
since we're in that year, we're going to talk about a little bit about presidency. Okay, so let's start with if we're going to start with presidency. I'm sorry, damn it. Okay, see a lot of disruption. You see now, don't want me to talk about it.
right?
Okay, so let we can. I don't know. I watched the new Netflix movie called Leaving the World Behind. I don't know if you saw it. And
So
first I
that's,
saw
you
it.
said that's the new Netflix movie?
Yeah, by the time this one released, probably already almost a month old. But but I want to say it related to Christmas. Start from that point.
Oh, you're being very choppy.
See, I told you.
Yes.
Oh,
Someone does not want you to
I
do a
see.
movie review.
I want me to talk about. No. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I was asking you if you can, if you saw the movie or not.
Yes. Yes, I did. But
Okay.
however, many of
Cool.
us or many people may be listening to this may not know about it. So can you briefly explain the synopsis of the movie?
Okay. Yes. So the movie is quite strange, you know, because it does not have many ups and downs. Now it doesn't have many actors, but it's all big, big names, and it's like a mystery, a little bit horror. And but if people know who's the producer and who's behind this movie, then everything will start making sense.
Okay, so
Yeah.
before we go on, how did you come across this movie?
Well, this movie has been recommended on my Netflix for a few days. Okay, and
Gotcha.
I do see Julia Roberts, and I like her acting. Because I saw most of her movie, so I just put it in my list. I didn't thought about anything. I just put it on my list, and
Right.
then as if I go on my life after a couple of days, then Patrick Davies show on his podcast and his team,
Hmm.
they were talking about this movie. I said, "Oh, okay, that's interesting."
Ah,
So I have to watch on YouTube, and then I found out this movie was produced and was produced by Obama. Our a former
Really?
president, our former president, Barack Obama, not any other Obama, is the president of us.
Right.
And that
Right.
just that my radar is phew.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So once I know that, then the next thing I did is watch that movie that same
So,
night.
what's the title of the movie again?
It's called Leave the World Behind.
And it's on Netflix.
Yes.
And you mentioned it
And
was a little bit of a terror slash mystery, and because it was produced by former President Obama, there's
mhm.
some messages that you saw or that
Yeah.
maybe others can see as well. What type of
Well,
messages?
okay. Well, first, I don't want to be any bias or anything, but I did watch the podcast of Patrick. I did it first, and they were
Right.
talking about certain things. So I have a preset already in my mind going to watching this movie. So anyone who's not watching that movie, just want to put it out right now. And we're gonna talk about a movie, so there's a spoiler alert going on. So I was spoiler alert from Patrick at David's show. So when I watch the movie, I take what I heard and I pay attention to match what they're saying. You see what I mean? So it might be a little biased there, but I did find out a little bit other pieces of my own. You know. So first the movie is talking about basically end of America, right? And it's
Oh,
basic.
really?
Yes, and in the movie there's a character who is George. Okay, his name is George, and I can see his character has a lot of resembling to Obama. Okay, and funny thing is this actor plays another movie. I forgot the title, but he was actually playing a person who's gay. Okay. All right. So,
Oh,
anyways,
and
yes, that's why I said maybe there's a
okay.
little message there. It might be coincidence, but to me, it's obvious. And then
Hmm.
this character, the black character, in this leaving the war behind character, his wife is is she disappeared. Okay, nowhere to be found. Okay, and they all think she might be in danger. Okay, and as if people who's listening and watching this, if they follow the trends or follow the rumor or the conspiracy, a lot of people think Michelle Obama is transgender. So that's telling you something.
Oh, so there's
So
multiple messages just with the main character or the one of
yeah,
the
so
main
I'm
characters.
just I'm just getting into a appetizer. I'm not going into
Oh,
the
you're
main
you're
course.
looking. You're okay. So where are we just looking at the menu right now?
So that's why. So
Okay.
this is the piece. So this is the
Wow.
piece that PBD podcast didn't mention, but I kind of saw it on my own because of who I am. I can relate. So yeah, so that's one, and then a lot of other things like they were saying. The character, the black character, has a daughter, okay, and the daughter is, of course, is a black girl, a black teenager. Okay. And also another YouTube video I saw months ago or last year, uh, they brought a person claimed to be a time traveler. Oh, see, distraction. Claimed to be a time traveler. Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
then he predict in his timeline, looking back after, okay, two terms for Trumps, which is 2016 and 2020, supposedly. And then he was trying to get on a third term, but they got rid of him. Okay, this got rid of him. We can go to different branches again. So first is the time traveler saying they got rid of Trump and someone who's named Michael McIntosh will be the president. And the
So you're
person,
saying
he
so
is
you're saying Trump is going to be president again? The
based
time
on
traveler
this
saying President Trump is going to be president again. He's going to win the election in 2024.
Try to be a president on the third term. So originally timeline is 2016. He's president. Yes, he got it right in our timeline. Second, 2020, he's supposed to be another term, but in our timeline, it's not. It didn't happen, right? So that time traveler say he will try third term,
which is this time.
They this time, yeah, in the time traveler's timeline. Okay, but he said in his timeline, Donald Trump got, they got rid of him. They didn't say how. He didn't say how. He just got rid of him. Okay.
Wow.
So from here, the time traveler is saying that. I know that I got, it's a long story, but I'll go quick. So the time traveler in that YouTube video is saying the person who will be elected, his name is Michael McIntosh.
Wow.
Michael McIntosh.
I've never heard that name, but that doesn't mean anything.
Me either. And I Googled it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I came
You did Google it.
Yeah. And of course, there's no name, but I look at the image picture. There's few Black people named Michael McIntosh.
So if this episode's coming out in January, so everybody Google that name, and maybe perhaps between now and the release date, we'll have more information on him.
Yeah. And you know what I'm thinking personally about this Michael person?
Yeah.
And what I just said about the rumor and conspiracy about Michelle Obama?
Oh, Michael and Michelle? Is that what you're saying? Michael equals Michelle or Michelle equals Michael?
That's right. Because there's somewhere some video even said there's numerous times Barack Obama has accidentally called Michelle by Michael.
So it's going to come true.
Google it. And now I know why the Florida governor is attacking trans community because of that. I think I'll link together now.
So he has an idea that that's coming on. He knows.
I think. Well,
he knows.
I really believe if you watch Avengers, the Hulk. He's the one always doing the damage, right? Smash.
Yeah,
so
Hulk
I
smash,
think, yes, I think from what I observe, even though we say he's a traitor, Donald Trump has helped him to become a Florida governor, and now he's not, working with him, but it's not true. He is working with Donald Trump. He's doing the smashing for him.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So they know Michael related to Michelle related to Michael. So DeSantis is doing the smashing work for Donald Trump. And out of the blue, a couple months ago, before Newsom announced he might be running, he's already picking on him. Have you noticed? Right?
Wow.
You get the logic here. So that's what I observed. But back to the movie. Sorry, I got a long story. So from that same time traveler, okay, he also said after that Michael person become the president, the next president, which will be the last president of the United States, is the granddaughter of guess who? Martin Luther King Jr.
The granddaughter?
Yes.
We can Google her now and find out what's going to happen in 4 or 8 years, right?
Yeah, Yolanda. Her name is Yolanda. Yes,
Do you know about
and the
her? How old
movie
is
has
she
that.
now?
Yeah, and that movie has that little teenager girl. You see, interesting, huh?
Oh, so Yolanda is the young girl character in the movie.
I think so. Yes.
That's
And you see, and
oh,
then that time traveler saying that Yolanda is going to be the last president of the United States. So basically, United States no more after her. And that movie is talking about end of America. See, and then another
so back
one.
to the
You ready
movie.
for
And I think you mentioned it before, but that movie, the title implies it's the end, right?
leaving the world behind? The world that we know behind.
Okay.
And another one gonna make you jump is the character of that movie, leaving the world behind. That black character in the movie, his name is George H. Scott. George H. Scott. GH, in the beginning he said initial GH.
Yes.
And do you know who's HG?
No.
You mentioned it last episode. HG, who wrote the novel of Time Machine.
Oh, H.G. Wells. Is that who you're saying? And it's
Yeah.
G.H. Oh, wow.
Yeah. HGGH. And then you see, and then that character in the leaving the world behind, it's giving you a hint. It's giving us a sign that he even say initial. Who is rarely people who introduce a character. They just say my name is such such. My name is Shelby. My name is Jesse. They don't say my initial is GH. It's weird, right?
Oh, yes. Correct.
So
Who goes by initials?
yeah, he introduced himself by initial. That's a sign in which that's a sign that I discovered myself has nothing. It doesn't. It's not came from PBD podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a funny thing. I believe, was I talking to you or someone else? But perhaps back in October, I was actually thinking of changing my name for two initials to JR.
Oh yeah. You told me that.
Oh, I was you, right?
Wow.
So it's like, where did that come from?
I know.
Anyway, that's something separate. So let's not talk about that.
It's
Maybe
okay. No
later.
worries.
So I went ahead and did a little Google on Martin Luther King the third, Yolanda King. She was born in November 17th. Let's see. Oh no, it's a different lady. Hold on a second. Yolanda Denise
She
King. Is that the one that we're talking about, or someone else? Because
Yolanda.
it couldn't be, because this person passed away.
No,
So it's
it's
got
a
to be
young
someone
girl.
else.
She
Okay.
she she. Let's say 4 years
Okay.
from
Let's
now,
see here.
she should be around 18, 16.
Okay. So it's younger. Yes. Okay. I do have a picture of a young lady, the
Uh,
only grandchild, Yolanda
yes,
Renee King.
yes.
And yes. Okay. So there you go. Yolanda Renee King. Let's see if
Right.
I can go ahead and put that in and find out. She looks like a teenager, just like the same character you mentioned.
Exactly. You
She
see.
looks exactly like her.
Exactly. See, that's the sign.
Oh, wow. They have pictures of her already speaking at functions.
Right.
So she was born
Yes.
in 2008. So that makes her 15 years. Oh,
Yes. And in
wow.
2000, and guess when is it Obama's turn? Look into it.
Wow.
What did you
Wow.
look into it? Obama's
No,
turn,
no. Say that
presidential
again.
term.
Oh, you want to do
When
his
presidential term.
terms? Okay. Let me look.
You say Yolanda is born in 2008,
Hey, right. Okay, let's see if I can get
and
the terms up.
Obama's
Oh,
term.
there's a connection there? Yeah, he
Well,
started January 20th, 2009.
yeah,
So he was elected in 2008.
exactly. See?
Wow.
Wow. Uh-huh. So a lot of people, like the last episode we talked about a lot of movies in the 80s or 90s, and now including Matrix, and we looking back from 2023, we connect the dots, right? A lot of dots. But now we're doing this kind of looking for what's coming. We connect the dots beforehand, not afterward. You see what I mean?
So not to do a spoiler alert, but going back to the movie, does it
Hmm.
say how the world
Okay.
ends or yes.
Yeah, yes. Okay. So there's also another sign.
So this was just all the
We
appetizer, right, that you gave us. The appetizer, just the characters. We're not even in the movie yet.
not yet. Now we're going to
Wow.
the now
So
there's a
you
second
really
act,
did see so you really
a lot
did
of
see
sign.
a lot in the first
Y-
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I okay. The second advertiser sign I saw is they mentioned about this one is a little bit coming from PBD podcast. They mentioned that about the dialogue. Okay, so this is what I pick up from one of the dialogue. The daughter of the white people, I forgot her name, but her one of her line is talking about religion. Why God will let this happen? Why God will not love us? God's supposed to love us, right? If you remember that. And
I don't
then
remember, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and then she was telling her mom or her parents about this person is complaining to God once he went up there to the different frequency and then complain to God, how come you don't love us? How come you don't love me? You supposed to
Oh,
love
I do remember
why
that
you
part. I do
why you
remember.
let this let this
Yes.
problem or tragedy happen. And the girl is saying the response to God is, yes, I did. I sent you the radio signal, radio episode, or some signs, some messages, right? And you just avoid to look at into it or just avoid to accept it. You see?
I remember that. That was in another in the beginning of the show. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is a sign within the sign, message within the message. So this is telling us this movie is giving you a heads up. Yeah, you see what I mean? And you can believe it or you don't believe it. It's up to you. But that's what you know,
By the
that's
time
what's
it
the head.
happens,
It's
but
too late.
if we don't believe it, and by the time it happens, it'll be too late.
Yes, and people, religious people will say God don't love us, but it's right in front of our eyes in the plain sight. A lot of things is around in our plain sight, but we just either program not to see it, or a lot of people are more arrogant. They don't choose to see it or to believe it, right?
Or maybe there's different religions around the world. Not everybody believes in God, right?
Yes, like many
So whether
people.
you believe in God or not, it's going to happen, right?
Yes, like what we were texting the other day, and then also we're getting into the main course now. In that movie, there's also from the black character saying we might believe the elite or the rich people are controlling what's going on, what's going to happen, but there's nobody in the pilot seat. That's what
I
you know.
remember that. Yeah.
Yes, so.
Yeah. So there. So do you think maybe that could be an answer to you hear it every day. It's like, okay, they are doing this, they are doing that. And in the movie, he's like, there is no they.
Well, mm, how do I? Okay. this is going to be a little bit off branch a little bit, but we'll come back. So
Oh,
because you also text me about Alex Jones, right? So I haven't finished it. It's 3 hours long. It's an old episode. Okay. And
yeah,
now
it's 10 years old. Oh, you're
from
choppy
that
now.
episode.
You might
So
have to
Alex,
repeat that.
yeah. Oh,
Go ahead. Repeat it. You were
which,
choppy.
which part? Oh,
After you mentioned Alex
what,
Jones, you got choppy.
see, they want to stop me. So Alex Jones on that Joe Rogan's 9/11 episode, he is talking a lot about a lot of things. And I just watched it today, this past 2 days, that the episode originally released in 2017. And now watching it back or listening it back, it connects a lot of dots right now in
Mm,
2023. And and what I was saying is in the episode, Alex Jones explained something very bizarre. I have to rewind about 3 times to understand what he was saying.
okay.
First of
Yes.
all, he's saying there's 12 dimensions, okay? And we are in the 3D dimension, which we all know, we accept that. And then he was saying there's other 2 dimension underneath, try to come up to the our third, 3D dimension, and try to intercept. And then the elite people are not building us as a humanity up to higher frequency, like I always said, higher vibration.
Mm,
Instead, they try to do something to emerge human and AI together to become a cyborg. You see?
okay.
So I understand. So after 3 times of listening to Alex Jones and watching, I finally understand what he's talking about. So he was
Okay.
saying because there's 12 dimensions and we are in one of them, and the one below us is trying to come up and you know bad influence or take over the world, if you
Right.
put it that way. So this is not under our control. Back to the movie of that character saying,
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so they are not who we think they are. It's
yes,
somebody from
but the
got you.
but the elites, which is like the one that runs the government, the Fed, the George Soto, okay, all right.
Okay.
So they they have their own agenda. The powerful people, they want to be immoral. This is a giving since the ancient history that we study, even including the Chinese. The emperor want to live forever, you see? And the mummy, why they mummize, how do you call that? Preserve the body, right? They
Right.
all want to live forever. All those kings, same thing. Even so, the same pattern today, 2023. All those elites are big, powerful people. They want to live forever. That's
Yeah,
their end goal. So in order,
there's many stories that where people lived for hundreds of years before, right?
yeah, yes. So the context that Alex Jones tried to explain to us is elite is trying to use the technology to achieve that end goal. But at the same time, there's another, I don't know, species or another dimension try to come up
Mm,
to this dimension to disrupt us. But because the elite, which has the power for the humanity, but they're not doing what they're supposed to do to uplift us higher, so those people underneath us won't reach to us. You see what I mean? But
yes. Yes.
if our vibration and frequency is lower, we get closer to the one below us, then they will destroy us. So that's what the black character is talking about. No one can be in
Wow.
control.
Okay. And he
And
said
time,
that what
you
just
know,
that one line or one scene, right?
Yes,
You mentioned it in that
that's
one
in
scene.
actually
Okay.
that's actually towards the end of the scene when he's telling Ethan Hawke's character is, I want to know if you're with us, with me or with us, right? See?
Wow. I know there's a saying, if you're not with us, you're against us, right?
Yes.
And that's what he was talking to. I want to know if you're with us to live, to
Right.
survive.
And yeah. So that's why everything it makes sense now. Vibration, frequency, manifestations. It seems if we put all those pieces together, this is the universe,
Wow.
right?
Okay, so let's go back to the movie.
All right.
So that's just the are we past the salad now, the entree? Can we go into the main course?
Yes. Okay. Here's the
Okay.
main course.
Oh,
So
very nice.
let's just also use what Joe Rogan's podcast, the episode 911 with Alex Jones. Alex
Oh,
Jones is also a conspiracy theories for 9/11 as well. Okay. And this we'll go into it later on because we don't want to, go too far. And this is also part of the George W. Bush Jr.'s administrations. So it's related to presidency,
yes.
but
Let's go
since
ahead
we have
and
limited
keep it in the
time,
reference. Let's keep it in the reference of the meal. We have a lot of
yeah,
time, no rush. You can go ahead and eat your food, chew it properly, digest it. We don't have to rush. No one's right.
right.
We're
So
good.
we can
Okay,
continue
so
on.
let's go.
We can
Let's
continue
eat
on.
slowly.
Continue on. Yeah, we can
Yes.
continue on
Okay.
9/11 in the future episode.
All right.
So make
Got it.
sure you subscribe to our channel so you get the first notification and
Don't
like
you
the
have a ring?
video.
Don't you have to ring a
Yeah, ring
bell
the
first?
yeah, ring the bell, hit the bell button,
And then hit the
all that
subscribe button.
goodies. Yeah, and maybe in the
Okay.
future, in the
All right.
future episode, we will have exclusive episodes for memberships only.
Okay. And then if anyone's wondering, yes, I am a subscriber, right? As well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Very
All right, so that's okay. Finish. That's the commercial.
okay. Commercial. Okay.
Anyways, so back to the movie. So 2017, Joe Rogan released that episode. 2020 comes along, election year, right? And then COVID happens, right? And then lockdowns,
Okay.
and then all those
Yes.
craziness, vaccines, and then
Yes.
and then all those looters, protests.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So in that
The
movie,
slash and grabs. Yes.
yeah, smashing, like yeah, like Hawk
Like the Hulk.
smashing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to that movie. So there's a scene is talking about from Kevin Bacon saying there's 3 stages. Okay, this is coming from PVD. They mentioned in their show. So there's 3 stages. One is isolation. Okay, which is COVID, which is lockdown.
Okay.
Okay. Second one. Do you remember what's the second one? Stage.
No. Go ahead and let me know. What is it?
Okay, I'll compare to the third one because I don't recall the second one. But the third one is Civil War. Okay, so as you can see, we are coming very close to that right now. And actually, it's not just happening in America. If you really pay close attention to current, Ukraine, the war in Middle East, and the election
And
coming
now
up
in the South
and,
China Sea with China and the Philippines.
and Taiwan is having an election this month, January, when this show is released, and we won't. Okay, whoever gets elected in Taiwan will change the course of the whole world. I really believe.
And I know there's a
'cause
country. There's another country on this continent called Argentina. They just had a new election a month ago that changed the whole political landscape of that country from what it was
Yes.
the previous 50 years. That'd be
Yes.
very interesting to see how that fits in on that puzzle.
Yes. So 3 stages, and I believe we are currently in the second stage and moving on to the third. And
What's the
again,
second
back to
stage? Misinformation? Does that
oh
ring a
yeah,
bell?
yeah,
Or
yeah. Yes,
is it?
yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
misinformation.
that's why we're all confused and not knowing what way is up. And then it
What's
changes
true?
the
What's
next.
fact? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
See. Yeah. So this is also, this is a part of the matrix, part of the program. You see. And this
Wow.
movie is kind of this movie leaving the world behind is kind of just sum it up to everything that they're.
I just thought of something. There's a few scenes in that movie. There's a few scenes in that movie where they show deer, animals.
Now,
Oh, you froze.
the bingo, right?
Choppy.
Okay, okay, but okay. What did you?
Yes, they show deer. They show deer
Yes,
in the
I
movie.
have. Yes, I haven't figured out that
What's your
part yet. And also, they show
here's my
flamingos.
thought. Here's my thought. When someone's confused, what
Sure.
do? They just stand there and they look and they freeze and they look like a deer in the headlights. Right?
Oh, that's right. Right.
Is that can you
Yes.
see that now?
Yeah. Yeah.
And in the
Yes. Yes. I
movie,
can see.
the deer sitting there just staring at each other, not moving.
What's going on, right?
Yes. So maybe the deer is the general population. They're just running, but
And
at the same time, they're standing still.
and then flamingos.
Oh, the flamingos. Yes.
All right. Yeah, okay. We got to during this session, so I think we're talking about something crazy. Anyways,
Okay, we can go
flamingo.
ahead and
What
continue
do
this.
you? What? Yeah.
And we're not even done with the movie. Are we going to continue this in the next episode, or are we going to finish it here?
We we're gonna try to finish it here.
Okay, very
So
good. Let's go ahead.
flamingos.
I
What are your
want to
thoughts
interrupt.
on it?
Go ahead.
No, no, no. What's your thoughts on the flamingos?
That one, I haven't given it too much thought. The only thing that would come to mind would be there's a pool behind the house and they're in the pool. The only thing I can think of is flamingos being somewhere where they shouldn't be. But as you know, flamingos, when we see flamingos, they are also a stationary animal. They just stand there with one leg. You know, you don't see flamingos being very active, just
Mm-hmm.
stationary for the most part. Anytime you see a flamingo, there's always a picture. They're just standing there.
Okay,
Maybe
so
they're
you
trying to
think
reference people just not doing anything, indecisive with the misinformation. It could be a connection like
right,
that.
right.
Maybe someone can make
Okay.
it something in the comments. What are their thoughts? Right?
Yes, right.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, very good. So let's move. There's too many, so I'm just gonna bring a few more. I mean, main point. So the next one is the currency. As we know, in our reality, there's BRIC. They are forming their own currency right now, and many countries are dumping U.S. dollar as the war reserve currency. And in the movie, Kevin Bacon is saying if the government falls, cash has no meaning or there's no use of cash. Remember
Okay.
that?
Yes. Yes. Now, you mentioned something just a minute ago. Did you say brick?
BRIC, yes.
Oh, what does
BRIC.
that stand for? Because that stands for something. I forgot what it was.
BRIC is formed by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now there's joined by South Africa and not North Korea yet.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I do know, and I think this is one of the podcasts where iPhones are being made in India now, not China. And India and China are under BRIC, but India is not, for the lack of a better word, and it's the word that the podcast person used. India is not afraid of China. So there's something there
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back on. That's another, we'll talk about that later. But okay. So
Yes.
the
India.
world currency, once the government goes, the currency goes. The US dollar, right? It'll collapse. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do see that. It's actually central bank. It's what we
Hmm.
clap. And
Okay.
central bank is not just involved with the US, is all the European countries, whatnot, right? West, we call it. And and I believe that's why they are saying there's a rumor that Biden is gonna introduce us a Fed coin, digital Fed coin, before he leaves the office. And the Fed coin, what I heard, the rumor is it's gonna be very controlling of civilization, like what you can spend, what you cannot spend. If you don't take the vaccine, you don't get any digital coins
Hmm.
to live. That's how I will call it communist act will
Yes,
become.
because that's actually happening in China right now as we speak with the WeChat
Yes,
program.
China. Yes. Hang on one second. Let me close the window. It's crazy. Okay. So since you mentioned about China, I was asked one of this one I was been asked this question about 6 months ago about who in our entire world, guess which country is a truly communist country? No? Okay. It's North Korea. North Korea, Kim
North
Jong Un,
Korea. More
because they cut
communist than
off.
China.
Yes, they cut out outside influence inside, going in and going out both ways. And China was closed off as well before Clinton, so they don't do business with any
Hmm.
other foreign countries, and people don't know anything outside of the wall. Okay. So, but
Right.
after Clinton, after the pass, and things change, they start opening up their market to the foreign countries
Oh,
as a capitalist China.
oh, this sounds like
Okay.
something we need to talk about later on. Let's go ahead and
Yes.
table that. Go back to the currency, the movie.
So the currency, what I'm trying to say is, so they are gonna replace US dollar. US dollar
Okay.
would devaluate. Okay. And many people, just like you said, the deer analogy, they don't even
Hmm.
know. I was talking to a friend about not putting all your cash in the bank just in case the time of emergency. Everybody try to withdraw the cash, whatever they have in the bank, it won't be there. I don't know how much people know about banking system, but when you deposit $100, let's say, the bank does not keep your $100 in the bank, right? They're supposed to reserve 10% at least before, but I think now there's no rule for that. So meaning they
Hmm.
can take that $100 of your saving, your deposit, and take it to borrow to a John Doe to buy a mortgage, to buy a home using a mortgage loan. You know
Hmm.
that?
Hmm.
So your $100 is not there. And then when you need that $100, then they
It's not going to be
take it
there.
from somewhere else to give you the withdrawal. You know
It won't be there
what
when
I'm.
you need it.
Yeah, and then if the emergency comes, everybody wants to withdraw. They don't have that many paper to give it back to split out back to you.
And it's so
And I
funny because in the movie, George, the character, had envelopes or envelopes of cash in a drawer. He had
yeah,
multiple envelopes.
and
So
it's
he
down like
knew
thousand.
keep cash at home, not in the
Exactly.
bank, because in that scenario, they even tried to leave the little area that they were in and they couldn't get out because of the traffic where there was no way out.
Yes. So that's another sign, you see. And then when I was telling one of my friend like that, and his response is, "Oh, the bank that I bank with, I have FDIC insured." I was like,
So
okay,
would you describe him as a flamingo or a deer?
dear. I don't think
Right.
he knows what's going on, and
He just,
you
but
know,
he's active and he's running around, but he has that deer in the headlights
yeah,
look.
because when I was saying that emergency, it's just so, it's United States might come down, then whatever insurance, even life insurance. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not going to be insured, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a government collapse, everything collapse. Whatever you have is whatever you have.
And I know
Whatever
in the
you,
movie, the internet
yeah.
or electricity went out too, right?
Do you want to go to the dessert already? All right. So
Yes. Let's go to the
power grid.
dessert. What happened next,
Okay.
Shelby? What happened next?
Power grid got shut down. All right. So power grid got shut down. I already heard this from somewhere. I don't remember where. I heard about this before this movie. And as we know, our civilization, pretty much entire world except South Africa, are depending on technology, electricity, power, right? Gener- in our communication phone, like you mentioned last episode, we have to have a phone to communicate to get information. And if all those are shut down, just like the character in the Ethan Hawke's plays towards the end when he tried to get help from Kevin Bacon's character to have his son help, he's saying, I am useless when there's no phone, no Wi-Fi, no GPS,
Mm.
nothing. I'm powerless. I'm useless. See, imagine that. And how much our military is also depending on that. Think about that. You see, right?
And
So,
you just named some big movie stars who had decades of making movies in America, right?
yes.
Wow.
So funny thing is, all the actors in there. There's not many, but all the one that's big ones, like you said, many years, except the the George character, George, and then the little black girl, and then the kids,
Mhm.
two kids are the black guy is pretty new in the
What
movies.
do they call that in the industry? They call it a movie that has star power, right? Star power.
Yeah, I think yes, I think they want to get people's attention to watch this movie. They have to get some famous people like we
So
mentioned
could this movie be like
influencer. Did you
could
hear
this
what I just said?
say that again? Say that again.
I say, in order to get attention from people to watch this movie, to send this message out, they have to cast famous, popular movie stars as influencer. Ah, okay, go
Wow.
ahead. What you
So
gonna try to say?
do you think this movie is a warning or a prediction of what's going to happen or what they are going to do?
Okay, so last meal of today's episode, last course. Okay, personal belief again. Back to personal belief. Everyone watch a movie has different take. So majority, I would say 95% of people will watch it as entertainment. Okay, haha, whatever, right?
Mhm.
There's some majority will start thinking, okay, and small percentage will see what we see right now. Okay, so the last course you mentioned is warning. What is this? I believe is a warning, is a heads up, like I mentioned earlier, because even within the movie, a message movie within the movie is telling you again. Back to that black character, he has a client that knows what's going on, and
Ah,
the client is in the higher power elite. Okay, and he knows what's going on, and then the elite friends or client likes him. You see how it's a
okay.
it's a him likes him, and so he share everything with him. You see, that's another little tiny hint right there. But you know how I started a show about Obama's reference. Anyways, so elite people who has power, it's giving that information, giving that knowledge, and then he's running it. He's telling the black character, take care of yourself. Okay, this take
Mm,
care of yourself. All right, and then the last scene, you
okay.
hear explosions. You hear, you see the smoke coming out. Right,
That's the Civil War.
that's the World War III.
Uh,
And then also there's another sign. Remember that house they rent from supposedly Airbnb? It's very, it represents wealth, rich, right?
right, right. It's a nice house. Yes.
Yeah. And they are, they're not, they're kind of protected. You see what I mean? That last scene. Everybody out there is getting, yeah, I don't want to say it's kind of sad.
Everybody, everybody in the cities were killing each other, but because they were out in the countryside or in a secluded area, they
Yeah.
were still alive and surviving. And I believe in the last scene, they went to a house. I believe the name of the family was Thorns, who built
Mhm.
a bunker in their basement where they could survive. I mean, they had food, electricity, own generators, everything, and they just hid
And,
there.
and movies, DVDs.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking to
So
myself, I was asking at the end of the movie, so where were the Thorns that they knew how to build that bunker, but yet they were not there to take advantage of it. They were probably in the city.
okay, so that last scene, it can go two branches again.
Okay.
One we'll talk about next time.
Okay.
Okay. The other one is it reminds me of Titanic,
Oh, another
right?
movie. Okay.
Well, all the movies to me now, since
They're all tied together.
I see it differently, the movie is giving us a heads up, right?
So
And
if I don't fall,
this has something to do with something else, which we will
okay.
go talk about later. But the last scene, you know, poor versus rich, is just like Titanic. Whoever
Oh, that's right. That's right.
who can survive is based on what you got, or sometimes who you know.
Mm,
Right? It's kind of sad, but that's how the war works. So, and
okay.
that's why the black character's friend tell him, take care of yourself. Okay.
A warning. It's the warning. So this is a warning movie.
This is a warning movie. And I'm just gonna say one more thing, and then we can have the audience catch us for the next episode. So in the very beginning of the movie, when they go to the beach, there's a big ship coming. Okay, there's two signs right there. One is beach. So it's telling us where it's going to happen, how the enemy is going to enter United States is through the
Mm.
beach. It can be California or Florida. My bet
Wow.
is on Florida. My bet is in Florida. You want to know why?
Yes. Go ahead.
Back to that poor versus rich.
Hmm.
Somehow, after the COVID, people who I follow, which is, not necessarily rich, but successful, knows what's inside out, they all moved to Florida, including PPD. And if you look at it, if something happened to California, if you want to exit Florida, if with private plane, private jet, might be a way to go, right? If you're in California, there's not you can only go to Mexico, right? You see what I mean? Think about
Mm.
it. Florida is the continent that you can exit America and go somewhere close by very easily and doesn't get any, but
Okay.
California,
I got you.
coastline, you need to go, what, you're going to fly to Taiwan? No, right? You're
No,
going to
you
go
can't.
to China? No. Or you go to Mexico? Not really, right? So Florida is the exit, you see?
Mm.
And then they
Interesting.
might, yeah, see, this is my own observation, my
Yeah.
own,
So
and
they're
then
already prepping themselves over there,
yeah, I really
just
think
in
it was
case.
observation. And I believe the enemy will enter from Florida as well.
Wow.
That's why that beach
Okay.
represents. And the last but not least, the sign white on the boat, it says white lion.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
White lion, I Google it.
What is that?
it you, okay, people who's
Is
watching and
that
listening
another episode?
can Google it too. But it's basically also another boat back in the days when there's no America yet, and then I think it's carry a first migration of African, black African person. There's no America, so black person migrate to this land. We call it America, and then the America, first black African American black is born in America,
Wow.
and his name is William Tucker. Yeah. So it links back to our former president Obama. Link meaning, all related to Africa, black. But I don't
Okay.
know if this William Tucker is related to Obama or not. I don't know. Very, very strange movie.
Wow.
And this is, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Okay.
All right. Are you looking into it right now?
Yes, but I'll go ahead and let the audience look into it themselves. And
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything.
All righty.
So I'll let them, as you mentioned before, let them decide, let them make up their minds.
Right. Okay. So what else do we have coming up? What we're gonna
Mm,
talk about? What do we want to
I'm
talk
not
about
sure.
next?
I'm
Hmm?
not sure what's a good topic.
So we kind of dive in a little bit about Obama, like give some little here and there, you know.
And maybe perhaps some of the subscribers or guests can make a suggestion.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
If they feel so inclined.
It's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of things it will sound crazy in the beginning, but down the line it will become normal. Right?
Right? I mean, look
See
what
what?
happened with the pandemic. It was crazy that happened.
Mm.
And then now
Yeah,
everyone's like, oh, that's the new normal. It's like, okay. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
reading about the white lion.
You wanna
Yes.
you wanna share some give us some teas,
I'll
be it
just go
or
ahead
line.
and mention this. The White Lion was the name of the English ship that brought the first enslaved Africans to the colony of Virginia in 1619.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
huge.
that's connected back to
Huge.
this. I mean, it somehow connect back to Barack Obama, right?
Oh, look at what it says here, too. And if you look at the radio station in the movie, or I'm sorry, yeah, the radio station, at one point, it was set to frequency 1619.
Oh, I missed that.
And that's all on the article. So
Whoa.
when you read the article, it's like, oh my goodness, but when you're watching the movie, you're looking or seeing something entirely different, which is what you were saying at the beginning. I saw these things, but when you watch it, you're just going to watch an entertainment, or you're going to be like a flamingo just watching, right?
Yeah. Yes, I think it's a movie that we can go back and watch a few more times, and we pick up different things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it breaks down other scenes in the movie too. Once you Google it, it'll break down some scenes.
Yeah.
Give you something to think about, or I should say expose the truth, like we mentioned the Matrix earlier. Choose which pill you want, the red pill or the blue pill.
Yes. And everything is in our plain sight. Okay.
Okay.
So 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 hopefully everybody taking care of themselves, because we don't know what's going to happen in 2024, and all I know is going to be wild. And yeah, so
So
be
just
prepared.
okay.
Be prepared. Get yeah, get some generators or some sort of solar panel.
Oh,
That's all,
wow.
that's all I can say. That's all I can
I know,
say.
and I know in the movie the character tried to use a satellite phone and it didn't work.
Oh, you got cut off again. Interrupt.
Oh,
We'll
he
see.
tried to use a satellite phone and it didn't work.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's outer space. So there's a lot of other
Satellite,
things we can talk about outer
satellite.
space. If we tie into presidential, we're gonna talk about moon landing, JFK. Oh, already.
All righty.